guide over riflemen. So the last couple guides have been pretty serious, and there are some serious aspects I'm going to touch on, but I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this one. So let's get started. Now, what is rifleman? Well, you are the backbone of the overall manpower of the military. You are the common soldier, and that is reflected in Hell Let Loose as well, seeing as you have a rifle, and it's the name Rifleman. Now, that might be a bit hard to comprehend, so feel free to review the video on this one. But you have a rifle, and that's really about it. You have rifle, grenades, and some ammo boxes, depending on what class you play. And we're going to touch on those classes right now, because there's a couple different ones, believe it or not. Now, surprisingly for the rifleman, you actually have some variety depending on what country you play. Now, your first loadout, if you've never touched rifleman, is as follows. For the US, you have the M1 Garand, frag grenades, ammo box, and hammer. For the Germans, you have the Kar 98, frag grenades, hammer, and ammo box. And for the Soviets, you have the Mosin-Nagant 1891 version with frag grenades, hammer, and ammunition box. For your second class, you get the following. For the US, you get the M1A1 carbine, smoke and frag grenades, and a hammer. For the Germans, you get the Stormtrooper loadout, which is a Kar 98, P38 pistol, smoke and frag grenades, and a hammer. And for the Russians, you get a Grenadier, the Mosin-Nagant M38 version, smoke and frag grenades, and an explosive ammo box. For the third class setup, well, for the US, there is no other class, so just the two classes I've already mentioned. For the Germans, you have the Gewehr 43 and frag grenades, and explosive ammo box. And for the USSR, you have the Mosin-Nagant, Molotovs, and explosive ammo box. Now, the rifleman class has been made for basically two types of players. Brain-dead fraggers, and those who just want to chill after a hard day of work and do one thing and one thing only. You want to know what that one thing is? It is to kill the enemy. You are Joker from Full Metal Jacket. Your one objective is to kill the enemy before they kill you and your team. It is important to know the rifleman's creed through and through. Without me, my rifle is useless. Without my rifle, I am useless. So it's important to stay alive while keep killing the enemy. Shoot straighter than your enemy, and do everything in your power to keep you and your friends alive. Now, there are several jobs or roles that a rifleman could fill in a squad. For instance, you could be the point man. And what that is basically you are the person up front of your squad, clearing the way for the rest of your squad to move up. Or you are the first contact. You make first contact with the enemy and engage them. So that's point man. You also are the person that will most likely lay down suppressing fire if you're not a machine gunner. You have the ability to at least give accurate mid-range fire to help your guys move up. So there's that as well. Now, some of these different roles could change with your loadout, depending on which one you run and what country you run. For instance, if you want to run the Stormtrooper class, you come with 4 grenades and a pistol. Your job basically would be to clear trenches and defense lines and be the first person to engage the enemy. And you have a pistol for very short range engagements, even if pistols are not that good. It's still a semi-automatic weapon that you can use against the enemy in close environments. You also can deliver either regular ammo or explosive ammo to the rest of your squad, which can come in very handy if you don't have a support player. And if you have all the loadouts, this could help in the long run. Now, if you are the Americans, unfortunately, you don't have this ability, but if you are the Germans or the Soviets, and you have all the classes unlocked, this could be an option. But again, every scenario is different, and it just comes down to how well you can adapt with your squad. Now, in terms of overall tactics for a rifleman, I would say on offense, you move up cover to cover and scan for targets. Try to flank the enemy when possible, though. Try to make yourself a little different than the rest of your troops, because frontal attacks are pretty much the norm in this game. So maybe to go a little bit of an outlier route might get you some more action, but it could risk you getting killed before you get into position. So take that as you wish. In a defensive position, kind of what you see on screen now, I've put myself in a route that crosses directly from where their spawn comes from and where the objective is. And if you see them running across the road, they're trying to cross to get to Nail Factory objective, while I sit and just wait for them. And I hit and kill them with mixed success. Sometimes I miss, sometimes I get them, but either way, it's one way to defend an objective, by sitting out on a flank and waiting for the enemies to show up. And besides everything I've mentioned, that's really all I have for you. I mean, this class is the basic bitch of class. There's nothing special about this class besides maybe the ammo boxes and one class here or there. All the other classes provide other intangibles or other abilities or other weapons that just make their classes so much better, particularly the assault and the automatic rifleman classes. They're just straight up better. And the other classes beside that, whether it's support, medic, AT, machine gunner, all have their different roles and provide a distinct role for the team, which I might do in future videos. But like I said, this is it for the person who wants to be a brain dead fragger or chill out. And there's nothing wrong with that. So hopefully you enjoyed this little short video. I'll try to have another video out here soon. But as always, have a good rest of your night. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.